Happy Tuesday, guys. Tuesday's almost over for me already, actually, or it's at least the afternoon. But for you, it's just about to start, I guess. So I thought I'm going to do a bit of a market outlook right now, as the futures have been open for just a few hours now. And after yesterday's hold over the levels, we see a gap down, which I think could be a buying opportunity, but as always, be careful. We are overextended, so perhaps if that 33, as ATG says in chat, 33.69 break could be a revisit of at least the 33.63 or even 57 to 55. So that's something to look at for now. But if we hold, we get back over the 33.77. There's definitely the move back into 81 or 87 is in the cards today, and probably for the end of the week, the 3340s or 3400 at some point this week as well. So that's just a quick outlook for where we stand here. Here's the list of stuff that I'm looking at. Peloton, think I've been talking about this for a while. Last week as well, I shorted this again, or I shorted more, I think. Wait, let me look at my position real quick. Yeah, I added another tier to this position when it broke the 28. This is just, like a classic lower Celt kind of short kind of trade. It's below, like quite a bit of support. 27, definitely the target. And if 27 doesn't hold, then we could, hey, come on. We could definitely see 26.50 and then, like the lowest here, 25.67 as the next targets. I really like this as a short. That's why I added a little bit. And if it doesn't work, it's not too bad either. I can get out for a small little loss. Next one, Google. I'm just putting that out there as a bullish play, depending on where this opens. It's a nice bit of consolidation here in the last week. After in the beginning, it shot up, then it consolidated for 4 days. So watch this for a break either way in the next few days. So if we get back under the 1500, we might perhaps retest, like that 14. What do we have here? Probably not 1450, not back down here, but perhaps like back into this consolidation range, which is 1482. Perhaps that, but perhaps not even. Like if the middle Celt, aka the 20 SMA, keeps moving up, I would just keep that as a target for a retracement. And if it doesn't retrace, if we break this tiny little wedge here on the 30, when we look at this as a wedge, it's a wedge or a flag, whatever it's called, break up above this, like we could see further upside. Let's see what, let's perhaps do a quick projection. So about 1554, that could be a target. And I don't look at the expected move as much in individual stocks, but the expected move is 1545. So these could be potential targets. Next one, AMD. I went long again on this one. I bought this dip into the upper Celt and got cold feet, or just like wanted to lock in here, and just left like a flyer on. And then when yesterday, when that dip here held towards the close, I added another call. Just small positions. I'm still easing my way back into it. But yeah, this looks quite nice as well. Of course, like the market's gapping down today for now. So everything with a grain of salt, but it might also be a nice buying opportunity if we get like just a dip into the I don't know, 55 kind of area again before this wants to keep going. Lulu, let me see what I have. I sold half of my position that I took middle of the week when we broke out of this here, and I am holding a March 6th a call spread, a few of them, and I'm just gonna keep holding them. They're defined risk. I've already covered all my risks, so if this completely falls apart, I'm just gonna be flat. This, like perhaps we get like a gap down here in the pull and the buying opportunity, but I am quite bullish on this one as well. This one failed at the trend line, and as I said, like after these 2 days, it failed twice. So now it's kind of going and taking having another, like a little bit of a dip before it might want to go. So just watch, like how it holds these certain levels. Like I've marked the 58.17 level, which probably equates to 58, and the same with the 57 level here. So if it starts consolidating and stops making lower lows somewhere in this range here this week, that might be a buying opportunity for the actual breakout, and you could even like take a 3 week position for the move up into 62 or perhaps even to the highs. PayPal popped up on my scanner on Friday. Nothing to buy right now, but if we get a retest of the upper Celt, I would probably take this for a momentum long. Just buy the dip, perhaps into this previous high at 122.19. That might be a buying opportunity for this one. It's also, like the consolidation here. Of course, like it breaks through, consolidates over, and hits higher. So if we get a dip in this, even if it's just into 122.50, that might, you don't know how strong they are for like an intraday trade. That might even be worth it already. Intel, this failed at the trend line here. Might do a similar thing as MU. Those semis, they like each other. Well, MU's well, no, it's a semiconductor too. So watch the 6714, which is that I've been calling this for like weeks now since we got over. This has been like a level where it consolidated under over. It's been kind of like trying to like hold this one. It's held again. So depending if this breaks the 6714, definitely like we might see another pullback, just a deeper one, and then hopefully that's just the last curl before we break that flag trend line here as well. IYR, my old mean reversion instinct comes back out with this one. Careful if you want to trade a mean reversion trade in this one, but if we manage to, there's the one thing that's bothering me is that the volume is, like there's no blow off top kind of volume kind of bar. But the other thing is the volume has been decreasing, and if you look at this previous move, like the volume has not been significant either. And then so perhaps if we get a gap up into the 101 or something like that, or something crazy, in the right tomorrow or like today, time zones are not my thing, but just at the open on Tuesday, might be worth looking at a short. Just be careful. Those can be tricky, but this is just like one of those that I think like it's barely blown through the 100. If this gaps up, say in the 150, I would probably try and short this and at least get the move into 100 and perhaps even below. MPC came from underneath the Celt over, retraced now and is holding this 58.24 kind of level that's been like a bit of a level for all of last year and previously as well. Let's just see right here, it's been a level, and here it's been trading around it as well. So this could be a nice buying opportunity if we see the 4-hour open over the upper kilt and this open over the daily open over the upper kilt. This might be a nice buy for the next leg up into say like that 62 kind of a target area, or at least the 60-50. From down here 58.25 to 60.50, that's a nice little trade for a stock at this price. Apple, they have brought out some news today about they're not going to be able to meet their targets because of the coronavirus. So probably, likely going to gap down a few dollars, perhaps in the 320 or something like that. To me, that's just a buying opportunity. Depending, don't just buy blindly. But to me, I'm just going to watch the tape a little bit and see how it reacts, and if it starts making higher lows, I'm likely going to get long Apple at some point this week. Starbucks, similar thing, or kind of similar than MPC that I showed earlier. Came from below, it's now over the middle kilt and came back to retest it, and also this kind of inflection area that I've marked here, it's held that, or is right there, which is a high, like a nice high probability entry. If it doesn't work, you can hit out below, and if it works, we have a nice target somewhere up here in the 91.50 area, in the medium term. Next one, LK. This one keeps holding. So I know I've been bearish for the in the last week, but now this this is what a fight looks like. Lots of wicks, like the indecision. It's higher, a bit lower, but the thing that I'm seeing is holding this 3780 kind of area, or at least it's trying to hold the 38. So unless we get like a break lower, I am not gonna or higher. I'm not gonna make any decisions. See, like I have my alerts up here at 40. So when we get back to that 40 level, I'm gonna decide what I want to do with this. If you want to be, like intraday trading, you could of course like trade, say the break of 39, 14. Like the highs of this consolidation, and you could scalp that up to like 50 cents to 39.60, or even to the 40 level. But unless you get back over the 40 and hold here, I'm gonna hold off with longs, and the same with here, unless we break under this even probably 30 36.50 kind of area. I'm not gonna really look at shorts just now. Next one, Uber. I got long this one on Friday. That is, like a nice little pullback. If this pulls back into the 20 MA here, which is the middle kilt, then I might even add a little bit more. I do like that upwards trend, and just like I'm buying the dips. If it doesn't work, it doesn't work. At some point it's not going to work anymore, but as long as it wants to trend, people might be buying this after it seems like the earnings have been received okay. So now there's just like a little bit of consolidation before this wants to keep going higher. Especially over 42, I would be very interested in this one, and then of course also over, say, 43. So that's that on Uber. Nike, had a nice recovery after the whole Corona stuff. What I would be watching for here is what it does this week, whether it wants to retest the upper cult first or retest the middle first. So what I am thinking about is if it hits the upper cult first without gapping over it, I would probably short it back down into the middle, which likely at that point will be, like the 102, 102.50 kind of area. And if we gap down, which looks more likely at the moment with the market, then I would wait for an entry closer to the middle celt. That's just what I'm seeing here, but I like how this has recovered, and I think this could, like in the medium term, this could be a nice, like if this breaks out of this consolidation, could have another run very soon as well. BYND, good old Beyond Meats. This is forming a really nice flag. Let me just see if I have a position right now. I don't think so. No, I don't have a position just yet, but I am very actively watching this one. They finally announced earnings. The earnings date on the 27th. So short-term trades only until then, but it's forming this really nice flag. If we get over, like if you break the trend line, we get over that 117.30 level, and then 120 level is a level to look at as well. But definitely a nice bullish outlook as well. I'm trying to build a longer or like half a year or just a few months position in this one, because I think I've talked about this before, that there's often, like with these boom kind of stocks or industries, there's always, like first there's the retail boom, where all the retail is slamming in and creating a bubble, and that's what we've seen here. And then there's like the institutional investors coming in, and they're creating like the second kind of run, and that's what I kind of see happening here. Like it's been bought up early in the year for, I don't know, like there's no real reason. I'm not sure if, I don't remember, but I don't think there were any significant news. So that looks to me more like a big institution or someone has bought into this, and now it's like finding, like discovering the price, and then at some point I see this heading higher. That's just my thoughts on this. All right, guys, 17 minutes. That's not too bad. If you like the video, please like the video. And if you're not subscribed, please subscribe to the video. The channel or our little Discord group is slowly, very slowly, but it's growing. And that is really nice to see. I think we just welcomed a new member today. And I'm sure everyone is going to profit more and more from this in the next months that we are going to keep extending what we want to offer you guys. I'm really trying to mentor you guys closely and talk to you guys in person, and hopefully at some point that will help and bear fruits. So until then, guys, until you open, you guys have a good day, and I'll see you soon.